And welcome to another review for TCPII's model making. This is Thom, and you're going to see me a little bit in a different location today. Let me go ahead and pan out. You can see that I'm actually downstairs, and by looking out the window, it is raining just a little bit here in what's normally in southern, or sunny I should say, California. More specifically northern, out in the Sacramento area. It's August, or I should say it's September. Was it the 20th today? Sounds about right. Anyways, 20th, 21st, it's Saturday. Either way, I'm not at work, so I'm a happy camper. But yes, it is raining outside, and I was supposed to have my carpet installed in my one bedroom upstairs, which would allow me to have gone ahead and moved everything into the spare bedroom for building of my models. But for right now, I'm still downstairs, but I did manage to go ahead and pull out one of the tables that I have here. And this little puppy here, this puppy will go ahead and supposedly hold up to 1,000 pounds. It's very nicely made. So look forward to having a lot of heavy duty stuff on it. Not just my Dremel drill press and my heater over there to go ahead and shrink the heat tubes, or the shrink tubes, as well as my helping hands and my visor and whatnot. So anyways, what do we have here this time? We have the flying sub out again. Why the flying sub, you might ask? Well, you might remember I talked when I initially did the review that I was going to be getting parts from a gentleman by the name of Gil Hernandez at Just an Illusion. Anyways, guess what? I got the parts in this week. So I'm so looking forward to doing this review. Thank you so much, Gil. And let me go ahead and open up these bags, and we'll be back momentarily. So hold on, everyone. Alright, we are back again with the flying sub. But now, we get to go ahead and compare some parts from Gil Hernandez at Just an Illusion versus the original parts that came in the kit. Now, first thing I'm going to do is, let's take a look at the supplied flooring. As you can see, there's not much there too. It's just solid plastic. Believe it or not, this area up here that we can't really see any detail on, it's supposed to be the dashboard area that has the monitors and whatnot. On the flying sub, there were 3 panels here, if you will, on the floor that glowed in a yellow. The center area was the same shape, but it was the hatch to the bottom escape hatch. So that way they could go ahead and put on their scuba gear and go swimming away. Now, let's take a look at what Gil has supplied us with. Now, it's a resin piece. Remember what I was saying a moment ago about those 4 spots? Well, here they are. This was the center area for the hatch to get through. These were the lighted areas. And look at that, a dashboard. It's actually got some monitor spaces there, so I might be able to go ahead and create something there that'll go ahead and be usable. So I realize that this monitor, and I can see it just a little bit on the monitor panel here, but you can see a little bit of some raised areas for monitors to be on there. But he also includes, if we take a look over here, the clear pieces to go ahead and go underneath. They are textured, so you can go ahead, oops, I don't know if you can see it that well, but they are textured, so you can go ahead and have that relief look, kind of dirtied up a little bit so you can see the details. And one of the things he does include, you do not have to use LEDs on this one to go ahead and light up that bottom area. He includes a nice little light panel. I mean, that thing is thin. Now and I'll go ahead and I'll hook it up here shortly. I've got unfortunately my 9-volt battery that I've got is dead, because he does give you a 9-volt connector that clips into the light display. So, but I brought in my dead 9-volt, so that way I knew which end was positive and which one was negative. So that way I could go ahead and use my constant 9-volt, or use my constant DC power supply, and then I'll set it for 9-volt before I go ahead and connect it up here. So that's that one part. Let's continue on. Here is the top hatch versus their top hatch. It allows better for the escape hatch there, or the entry hatch. Still go ahead and use the circular hatch release to go ahead and open it, but it's a vastly better looking piece to go ahead and go on there, as you can see, than what the original one was. Continuing on, Gil does supply us with a couple of forward mounted lights for the floodlights there at the front of the model, as you can see there on either side of the windows. He also goes ahead and supplies us with, well, let's take a look here at the old tree. Here we've got the old door that leads out into the engine compartment. Pretty plain Jane, not accurate, because this particular door, the bulkhead that it was on was behind a entrance, if you want to call it that, an archway, to get to it. So what does Gil have for us? He has the entrance for us right here, and then he's got the bulkhead behind it that the door goes on. And again, it uses the included circular piece to go ahead and open the door, which, not a problem, definitely much more accurate. Let's then take a look at the bunk. Here's the bunk, and you might recall I was kind of happy with the bunk because it included things like the steps, it has the area to go ahead and sleep in it, and it has this compartment. Now, here's Gil's bunk. It has the bunk area, and matter of fact, let me put that down real quick. Here's the bed, and it's even got a nice little built-in pillow there. Aw, isn't that cute? Anyways, so it's got the same setup as far as the bed is concerned, but this one has an open compartment area here for the scuba gear, which I do recall them pulling out scuba gear in the Flying Sub on more than one, or at least one time. I seem to remember the Admiral, and I want to say his name was Kowalski? And maybe incorrect on the names, but the two of them got geared up in scuba gear, so they had to store it somewhere. So there is a storage area here, and he supplies us, of course, with the resin piece to go ahead and hold it. So I may have to go ahead and make myself a 1/60th scale scuba tank or two. Maybe some fins, maybe a snorkel or goggles of some type. Now, here's the one piece that really tore me up. This piece that you're seeing right here was supposed to be the fusion wall. Remember what I said about it not looking anything like it? The fusion wall had 11 holes that you could go ahead and see multicolored lights through and whatnot. Well, da-da-da-da! Gil, you're a godsend. Here I am holding it up to the light from the outside. You could definitely see the holes. This looks like the fusion wall. I don't necessarily know if it's quite that tall, you know, on the actual set or not, but the fact that it is there, it's got the holes in it. I can go ahead and put some RGBs behind this to go ahead and light it up. I mean, this is going to look great. So I'll probably, and I'll see about talking with Gil, see if he's got something already, or I'll go to another vendor if necessary. But Gil has done me so great on this that I'm going to go ahead and talk with him first before I go ahead and do that. And we also have an additional panel here. I'm not quite sure where that one goes yet, but you know, looking at this, and it looks like he gives us an engine compartment area. So looking at all this, you know, I would say that this is fantastic. It definitely does do what I want it to do. Gil, you know, just an illusion. Gil Hernandez, thumbs up to you, man. I have to go ahead and give you major compliments for what I see here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pause this while I go ahead and get the light panel ready to go ahead and come online, so that way you can take a look at it. So let me go ahead and hook this puppy up. Be back in a moment. Alright, we're back. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on this guy here a little bit. I've gone ahead and set up the flooring, kind of how you'd see it. Now I do go ahead and I've got it weighted down a little bit because it's just a little bit on the warp side. And I put in the inserts to the flooring on, so that way you can kind of take a look, see how it would look. I've got the power supply ready to turn on, so let's come over here, and if we're ready to go ahead and turn the puppy on, it's powered up. Yes, I did go ahead and preset it for 8.9, so it's just under 9 volts actually. So following the line, here to the connector. There's the unit that goes ahead and gets taped down. Following the wire, there's the dead 9 volt. You can go ahead and let me go ahead and shut this off real quick. You can see it now without the power going into it. You can see it now with the power going to it. Now granted, there's a lot of extra ambient lighting here, and let me go ahead and turn that off actually, so that way you can go ahead and see this better perhaps. Yeah, that seems to show up better. There's lighting of course coming in from the outside, so actually let me go ahead and try blocking that a little bit more. Okay, so there's with the outside not blocked, and here's with it blocked here. That actually looks pretty good. I like the way that looks. So, Gil, my friend, kudos to you. I love that light panel. I will definitely be talking about getting another one from you when I eventually do, like the Galileo. Because let's face it, to go ahead and do a lighting strip just wouldn't, it'd take up too much room, I think, in the ceiling. Be one thing to go ahead and put a little, you know, boxing around it, because the light did have some type of cage around it. But, you know, to go ahead and put in a LED strip and whatnot, it would just be a little bit too thick. Whereas that light panel there, let's face it, that panel is just ultra small. I mean, that is thin. I mean, what is that? Maybe a couple of hairs in thickness? That's just absolutely fantastic. So, let me go ahead and turn that off. And, okay, now it's off. So, yeah, kudos. Okay, so if people are wanting to go ahead and do a monogram flying sub, go ahead and by all means contact Gil Hernandez. He's got other Irwin Allen supplies on his site. Then I will go ahead and put a link up, probably somewhere on this page as you are watching the video. So go ahead and type in the URL that you will see, and or contact Gil Hernandez at the AOL email address that I am going to provide also. So, you know, go ahead, contact him. He is a nice gentleman. I actually spent some time talking with him on the phone. He's got many years of experience, and he's also a model builder as well as a producer of fine parts for models. So again, Gil Hernandez, just an illusion. Major kudos, my friend. Major kudos. I have nothing but praise for you, my friend. So, till next time, people. This is Thom. Happy modeling. Good rainy day from Northern California. I might go ahead and take a jump in the pool anyways, despite the rain. Have a good one, everyone. Take care. And welcome everyone to another edition of TCPII's Model Build. This is Thom. And you're probably noticing here right in front of me is a first class mailer that I have just gotten in from Connecticut, and it's from Gil Hernandez. Yes, it is Gil. And it is the last piece to the Flying Sub actualization kit that I received from him. So I tried producing a video a couple days ago. Did not care for how it ultimately turned out, so I'm going ahead and reshooting it. So I've already opened up the package, and the package contains in it one RGB bulb. Now, for those who don't know, RGB literally stands for red, green, blue. It is a LED bulb that can go ahead and flash all three colors, and helps go ahead and do a nice little effect on things like fusion core walls for the Flying Sub. It could be used for other things as well, but that's what this will be used here. And I'm going to go ahead and finish connecting it up, and I'm going to turn it on so that way you can see what it's like. If you've never seen an RGB bulb before, it's pretty cool, actually. Going to try to go ahead and hook this up. Bear with me, people. That's grabbing the insulation there and not the wire. There we go. Ah! Okay, I'm going to be right back in a moment, people. Alright, I've hooked it back up. And in the background, you are definitely hearing a couple little doggies here. Bailey there on the left, Falcor on the right. It's their usual playtime, and oh, come on, you two. Not here, not on camera. Okay, Steve has his model porn. I guess I've got doggy porn, and I apologize, everyone. Anyways, I was about to go ahead and turn on this little bulb. And I've preset this for 8.9 volts. Actually, it's sitting at 8.7. And we can take a look, see how it's going. It's a little bit on the dark side outside. The sun's going down, so you're getting a nice little glow off of it. But you're beginning to see how it turns out here. There we've got it going to green. Going to red, going to blue, and I'm trying to zoom in on it a bit and try to keep it in focus, but I gotta admit, this little pocket camera that I've got, focusing is not necessarily an easy thing to do. So, but anyways, you kind of get the idea. It's a pretty neat little LED to have up your sleeve, so to speak. And I've seen Steve Neal go ahead and use these on his Flying Sub, which of course is a lot larger, and he's able to go ahead, and I think he's got like 3 in his. My little Flying Sub, since it's 1/60th, I may go ahead and pick up a second one and put it in there, but I'm certainly going to go ahead and try it with the one and see what happens. And I think one will probably do pretty nicely, but I'll see. either way, I need to go ahead and pick up some extra ones of these. I mean, it's just so neat to watch these guys go ahead and change colors like they are. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and reset this up. And I'm going to pull out the fusion wall for the flying sub. And that way we can kind of get a look at see what it's like to actually have it in there. So bear with me, people. I will be back in a minute or two. Alright, and we are back. The light is still lit up. And I'm going to go ahead and pan back out. Got both the engine compartment, or the fusion wall pieces here. Here is, of course, the wall piece. Complete with the 11 holes that I talked about before. This half round piece is actually the backing to the fusion wall. It looks like you're able to go ahead and poke the light right through there. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and try that. Actually, it fits in there kind of nicely. Huh. Alright. So let's see what it looks like when we put this behind there. Okay. This is going to be too much here. And I don't know enough about this camera to go ahead and get that down any. So, but you can see it a little bit there. Go ahead and kind of zoom in a bit. You can kind of make out the panels there, I guess. And it's kind of neat the way it changes the colors and whatnot. But yeah, it definitely bleeds out the camera, that's for sure. Okay, there we go. That one looks pretty cool. Goes to the green now. Fades out, goes to the blue, and you can see the 11 pieces there, so definitely a lot of light blocking going to need to be done. There's the green. Going to red. Yeah, I know that looks kind of purplish. So very cool there. Gil, that is a nice effect there to go ahead and see. So let's go ahead and turn this around. Alright everyone, now you get to see me for a change. As you can see, the light is actually pretty nice there on the for the flying sub. I gotta admit, I do like it. So it's a fairly decent $60 little investment for that little bag to go ahead and get everything to make that flying sub a lot more accurate. So major kudos to Gil Hernandez of Just an Illusion. So I will be appending this to the end of the previous video, so that way people can go ahead and see the entire video. So again, this is Thom for TCPII's model build. And just in case you're ever wondering, TCP is actually just my initials. Yes, I'm the third Thom. So, but go out there, people. Find a model that you're interested in building. It's a great way for father, son, or a big brother or big sister to go ahead and have some fun with the younger generation. Unfortunately, the patience is waning in this modern generation. If you can't go ahead and slap it together within a minute and put a couple batteries in it and fly it or race it, they just don't want it. So go out there and help pass on the skills. Who knows? They might learn a few things. You don't have to spend a lot of money, like I have. There are people that have spent a lot more stuff than what I have. Steve Neal, Steve Neal's Garage, Papa Smurf, Simon Merckx. Those gentlemen have spent a lot of money. I mean, they're professionals. At best, I'm a pro-am. I never claim to be a professional. I have built kits for other people, but I don't charge for those builds like you would for a professional. To me, this is hobby, and this is a hobby income when I do go ahead and sell, so I charge accordingly. But if you want it done right, definitely go ahead and contact Steve Neal or Simon Merks. I'm pretty good. Okay, yeah, I'm tooting my own horn, and I don't necessarily like doing that. But there's a difference. There's skill levels. I mean, they've been doing it longer, and Steve Neal has been building in the Hollywood industry. So he's got a lot more practical skills than what I do. I've learned how to go ahead and do some things from him. He actually kind of got me back into things here after a while. So yeah. And you've seen listings to their sites. So go out there, people. Have fun. Happy modeling. Take care. Bye bye.